Hey folks, I'm Rob.
And I'm Nathan.
And we are
Two Guys in a Ride.
And today we are at the Shed in beautiful Warroad, Minnesota.
Now the Shed is a private collection of 90 plus classic and unique cars that's open to the public and owned by Bob Marvin. And if you want to visit, we've listed their contact information in the description below the video. Well, what do you say, Rob?
Oh, I say,
let's go for a ride. Hi folks, I'm Nathan with Two Guys in a Ride, and today we are out here with Doug, and behind us is another beautiful car. Doug, what are we looking at today?
1967 Olds 442 with the W-30 package.
And what a stunning view it is. I absolutely love, this had some extra options with the trim. So tell us what we have right here with the pinstriping and the wheels and the rim.
Well, it's Olds 442 Cutlass Supreme. Olds Rally wheels, which are similar to the Buick Rally wheels. Red pinstriping, redline radial tires. Just a beautiful, stunning car in that black. It's straight as an arrow.
And then we had the red inside of the rims too.
Yes, that was part of the W-30 package.
Okay.
That was an $11 option still on the W-30 package.
So there's a couple different theories as to what 442 stands for.
Yes.
So you go ahead and tell us what you've heard.
What I've always heard is 4-barrel, 4-speed dual exhaust. But now somebody told me 4-barrel, 4-speed 2-door. So which one is it?
All right.
Official? I don't know if there is an official one.
And if you have an idea, leave a comment down below. Now, on the front end, okay, you've got your dual headlights, but they're really spread out.
Yes.
And then you've got your turn signal right between the high beam and the low beam.
Yes, and then above and below that turn signal was part of that W-30 package, which was kind of the Ram air intake, which led up to the dual-snorkel air cleaner.
Oh, look at this. Now, would this have been painted like this original?
Yes.
With the red interior fenders?
Yes, the red interior fenders, again, were part of a W-30 package. You couldn't get them on another car unless it had the W-30.
Okay.
And even still on the W-30, it was an $11 option.
All right.
Back in the day.
And then, the sort of copper-colored
Oldsmobile.
Right.
Yep.
That was it. Now, explain to us why the oil filler tube is not located on the covers.
Oldsmobile Motors, for whatever reason, had very small return galleries for their oil.
Okay.
So it took too long, especially when you were doing an oil change, for the oil to drain back down. This way it went right down to the oil pan.
Okay.
Then you didn't starve the engine for oil when you did an oil change and first fired it up. The oil was down there already. Okay.
I suppose that makes sense, too, when you're just adding oil, doing an oil change. You don't have to sit there and wait for it to drain. It goes right to the bottom.
Yep.
So, so at high acceleration, if you were accelerating, you'd have to be a little bit careful because your oil sits up at the top.
Yeah, it sits up at the top, but having that filler tube like it is, oil would splash back up in there and then come right back down.
Back down again. Okay.
So it didn't starve.
Now, on the hood, now this has got a replacement, we think, a cover, because there are some vents in the hood.
Yes.
And what were those for? And they actually are, we're functional.
Yes, they are functional.
We can't see them from the inside because of the new cover there, but
they were to release heat from the engine bay.
Okay.
Yeah.
There they are. And of course they're not air intake, they're air exhaust. So they're slanted this way to keep, rid of the bugs. So on the air intake in the front, were there screens somewhere to prevent bugs from getting in there?
No, it's wide open.
It is wide open on this one.
But you had your air filter in there just like any other car.
Okay. Because some of them we see with the scoops on the hood actually had a screen to feed out the worst of the stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's a 400 big E-block, 385 horse,
Okay.
10.5 to 1 compression.
Now, did this have does this have the original exhaust on it?
As far as I know, it does.
As far as you know.
Yep.
Okay, and it's got we'll hear it in a little bit, but it has a great sound.
Oh
to it.
yes, good
man.
rumble.
All right, let's close this up. Now, one of the things I know is coming down here again, you know, the 67, it's got two different, you know, it's got mirrors left and right.
Yes.
And did you have, there was no control for the mirrors on the inside, right? You
No, they were just manual adjusted.
Okay. Love that hip line.
Yes, very distinctive. Carried over for several years until they pretty much quit making them.
Yep.
Which is a sad deal whenever they retire a car like this.
The chrome on it. Was that part of the package, the W-30 package?
That was probably part of the Cutlass Supreme package.
Okay. Man, and look at that rear window.
Yeah, surrounded by chrome, but then you had the sail panels to kind of hide it.
That is just a stunning look.
Big flat trunk. You could carry 4, 5, 6 of your friends into the drive-in theater.
You know, I like how even on the sail panels, they, you know, on the side they curve in, on the outside of it, but on the inside they go out.
Flare out, yeah.
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 I mean, and I like it that the back window, even where the fins are, is not the size of the trunk, so it gives the appearance for the back fins to have a little fatter look, a little wider look.
Oh, good point. Good point.
You know, which I just think that one of the styling cues in the car. Now, the taillights. This is different. We've got split taillights.
Yep. And I don't know what the best way is. The taillights are in one section and the brake lights are in the other.
Okay, so taillights are on the top?
Yes, I believe so.
And brake lights are on the bottom. And of course, then your backup lights were built into the bumper in the middle there. Oh, what a look. And the CS stood for
Cutlass Supreme.
Cutlass Supreme, okay. Can we take a look in the trunk?
Absolutely. Now, part of the W-30 package was also they relocated the battery to the trunk to balance out the weight a little better.
Okay.
Because, you know, this was part of the muscle car generation. This was a quarter-mile car.
I like
you
that.
need traction.
Yes, so that helped just that little bit.
Yep.
Of course, you had the spare tire.
Yep. And
they put them both on the, it's interesting to note, but they're both on the right-hand side because the driver sat on the left.
So did it have positive track? Did it have positive track, or was it?
This one I don't know.
I wonder, because then if it wouldn't, it's rear tire spinning anyway, so you got the weight on the rear tire.
Yeah.
I would imagine W-30 would have had
Positive.
whatever Olds called their positive track.
Yeah.
But if not, that's why the weight's on the right side, because the right tire is the one that would spin without positive track.
Okay.
Huh.
So
you don't have to mention it. I mean, I'm just saying, FYI.
Good point.
So you've got the sort of the, you know, it's like a plastic cover, but it's got the houndstooth pattern to it, which is, you know, I mean, that's just regular black or something. They put a little
flare to it.
Yep.
Also had the optional trunk light.
So this is the trunk light.
Yep.
I was wondering what was sticking out because you can't see the light until you put your hand back there, and then you see it.
Yep.
You've got stickers that are, I don't know if they're original or whether they're copies of the original, but
yep.
Man, they are clear as day. Holy schmoly.
And
now,
that's then, just real quick, that's one thing with the collection at the shed. They're restored to how they were back in the day.
Back in the day. And now this car, when it was restored, because you bought it restored, the shed bought it restored. Okay. When you got the car, sometimes when they do a store, they reset the odometer.
Yep.
Sometimes they leave the odometer. What was the case with this car?
They left it. It's either at 82,000 or 92,000 right now.
Okay, so this one is actually less. So we know the actual miles on it. Wow. Oh, what a beautiful line's going on. You know, I didn't point it out, but at the front, those fins coming down the front on the right and left. I mean, that
little visual.
Just, and then you'll notice here where the fin goes down, but it comes up on here.
Yeah.
And then, you know, travels along there and then matches up with the back fin. But just beautiful little cues. Now, I also like the crease line that runs right along here.
The body line, belt line. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, and it runs all the way to the back.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful.
It was a good enough example at the 2014 Street Machine Nationals. It was a Car Craft Editor's Choice.
Not surprising at all. And we commented earlier, but there is no bad angle on this car when you're sitting looking at it. Well, let's talk about the interior a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so just starting with the door panels. I mean, there's a lot of chrome trim on here.
Yeah, again, Cutlass Supreme top level trim. You get all the little bells and whistles and the trims.
Man.
Yet it still had crank up windows.
Yeah, I see that. And
But this was, again, more muscle than luxury. Yeah.
And then the seats themselves they slide forward and back.
Yep, manual adjustment.
Okay, and then they just had a little push button on the side where you could just fold the seat. And again, they fold like flat forward.
Which is pretty nice.
Which you could sit in the back seat and put your feet up if you wanted to, I guess. All right. There are some buttons and levers in here. So these ones here on the side, they are
ventilation for the footwells.
Okay. And then, of course, your standard pedals for a manual shifting car, and your foot parking brake release. Then up here, you had lights and wiper. You had a red light here. Was that for the parking brake?
Yes, it would be.
Okay, so it would light up when the parking brake was on just to notify you.
Safety thing.
Okay. And then, of course, as far as gauges, you had your speedometer. You had
you had pretty basic.
SunTac.
Yeah, you had the basic lights, but then you had a SunTac in the middle.
Okay, so where it says generator oil on hot, those were just dummy lights.
Yes.
Okay, but the tack, of course, was functional.
Yep.
And analog. Okay, what was this lever here for?
That is your cigarette lighter.
Okay.
And then the other unique thing is a lot of the ignitions were already down on the bottom part of the dash or up on the steering column. This one's up on the dash itself on the right-hand side. Regular AM, FM radio.
Okay, AM and FM.
Yep.
All right, and then this did not have air conditioning.
Nope.
But you had the ventilation controls up here for fan speed and blowing some extra air.
Yep.
Hey, tell us about the transmission.
Close ratio Muncie. Has 442 embossed on the shifter lever. Has the full console in it instead of just the half one.
So it had a locking center console.
Yep. Which apparently is locked right now. Oh no.
Oh, there it is. Oh, look. Okay. So
not a lot of storage, but a little bit.
Well, it goes down deeper. I mean, there's kind of a little ledge there, and then it kind of goes down deeper. But that's an interesting design. Yeah. Huh. All right, and then did you have? The glove compartment's interesting.
Yeah, it's not real driver friendly because it's way over on the right hand side of the dash, but it is fairly deep. So you can store some stuff.
It's interesting the way it's cut, so it's actually like part of the dash, and you're actually lifting up a little part of the whole dash. That's an interesting thing. Instead of going down, it lifts up. And then down underneath here would have been all metal. Yep. You've actually got padded center console around where the red is. Looks like at least the lip there is padded.
Yeah.
Right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And then in the back you would have had manual crank windows, and then two ashtrays. Is that what that is?
2 ashtrays, the courtesy lights in the back.
That is just beautiful. Oh man.
Good way I like to describe this one. If you like a car that cruises down the highway, rock solid at 75, pick this one. You get it up to 75, put your wrist on top of the wheel and let it roll. It's not going to break down. You get a gust of wind from the side, it's not going to wander all over the road. It's just going to cruise.
It's got some pretty good, I mean, the steering is pretty true.
Yes.
So I imagine this sounds pretty good, Doug. Can we take a listen to it?
Yes, you may.
Well, Doug, thank you so much again for taking your time to pull another car out of the Sheds collection and share it with us and our viewers. We sure appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much too, and I appreciate it. Love to show these off.
And it's obvious your love for these cars, and we appreciate you being willing to share that. Thanks for watching.
So that's a wrap on another fantastic vehicle, and we really want to say thank you to the great folks here at the shed in Warroad, Minnesota. And this is Rick and this is Doug. You saw them in their videos. And of course the owner, who's not here right now, but we do want to give a shout out to Bob Marvin as well. But before we leave you, make sure to leave a comment below, click that subscribe button, and
ring that bell notification so you never miss one of our videos.
that's it. So thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Rick, Doug, and me. We'll cut that part out.
Yes, we will.
I almost tried.